What is up, everybody? What's going on? It's Yaga. Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream. How are we all doing this wonderful, wonderful day? Are you feeling it? Are you being good to the universe? Yesterday, let's talk yesterday first. So yesterday I was reminded about the laws of karma. And you've heard that probably somewhere along your life, karma's going to come back to you. And we always think of karma as just like one thing. And actually, it's a bunch of different things. So I thought it'd be fun to go through the laws of karma. So shall we begin? I don't know why I talked in such an evil voice. It's ridiculous. Anyway, 12 laws of karma. We'll start with the great law, which is the first one. As you sow, you shall reap. This is also known as the law of cause and effect. Whatever we put out in the universe is what comes back to us. If what we want is happiness, peace, heart, friendship, love, then we should be happy, peaceful, loving. A friend, negative energy sent out to others will come back to you tenfold. You've heard it your whole life, like, be good to others, good to be done to you, treat others as you would treat yourself. But, a lot easier said than done in this world that we live in today, because we are taught, like, work your butt off, you get whatever you want, but yet some sense of entitlement, yet you deserve everything. No, you don't. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day about being jealous. And he was telling me about how he's jealous of his brother for this, that, and the other. And I go, the reason people get jealous of others by comparison, because it really does rob you of your joy when you compare external things to other people, is you're not willing to do those things, And I laid it out pretty simple that, your brother did this stuff, right? So you have to ask yourself these honest questions. If you reap what you sow, what are you willing to put in? It's like, I want people to be loving, caring, and friendly. I'm like, well, fucking are you? That's the question. Most people aren't. I mean, some people aren't. Well, I see a lot of problem with this with the ladies. Ladies are like nice to your face, but then behind are just gossiping fucking crazy people. And men, we don't care. We care more about, like, are you doing what you said you were going to do? Great. Continue on forward. But, if you want to have like a calm mind, peace, serenity, what are you doing to get there? Are you even behaving in that way? If you're going around and your behavior sucks, and don't get me wrong, I've been this way. I'm an asshole, but I'm an honest asshole. And I used to just call things out with no filter like I see it. Now I still call things out like I see it, and I'm honest, but I reserve and I'm go on the attack all the time, because there's no point in engaging in shit when you don't have to. For me, this is what I've done. So yeah, the great law, you reap what you sow. I listen to people. I try to practice doing this on a day. This is me. This is what I do. I try to put out that energy so it comes back to me. And trust me, it comes back to you when you don't expect it at all. It's not one of these things like, okay, well, I did a good deed and I hope I get something out of it. Like, if that's your mentality, you're already fucking yourself over, because those aren't good motives to go into anything, The more willing you are to do things and not expect anything in return, it will come back to you. I know this to be true. Like, I've lived it. I just know. Okay. So the great law, reap what you sow. And we've all heard this. I know at some point in time it was either told to you by, excuse me, got some tickle cough, like a grandparent or relative or teacher or something. The second law of creation. Life doesn't just happen. It requires our participation. Lost my train of thought. I didn't. We are one with the universe, both inside and out. Whatever surrounds us gives us clues to our inner state. Be and do yourself what you want to have in your life. I mean, it's a nice play off the first law, which if you surround yourself with sick, miserable people that are just yeah, 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 like fuck that person, fuck them. Why are they so happy? And then you're like, yeah, why are they? You're gonna just develop that sickness with them. It's a rough, honest reality though. So you have to be careful because life doesn't just happen. You have to do shit. You have to take the action. Like if you want, you know, the fancy pants and the lollipops, you got to work for it. And you know what? It's not even worth the fancy pants and the lollipops if you have to lie to get there. Because lying and being deceitful is a certain karma that will come back to you. It's just an energy, man. It's all energy. And think what you want, but always ask yourself this, how are you behaving? Do you think when you blow up at people, you get the best results, or when you talk calmly, collectively, rationally, things happen for the better for you? You know, just don't take my word for it. Just look at your own fucking life. Like honestly, just look at the own situations that you've been through in and out of your life. Then you tell me. So, law of creation. Yeah, you got to fucking do that shit. The law of humility. This is good. uh, what you refuse to accept will continue for you. That's good. I'll get to that. If what we see is an enemy or somewhat with a character trait that we find to be negative, then we ourselves are not focused on a higher level of existence. So that first part right there, what you refuse to accept will continue for you. Anything. If you don't accept your life as it is right now, your job, your relationship, anything at your life right now, and it'll continue that way. Like the way I interpret this is, you hear it all the time, like, I hate my job. My relationship sucks. I wish I had what that person has, or my house sucks. I want a better car. All this bitch moaning and complaining about that stuff is just not accepting life on life's terms in your current situations. It really isn't. That's what humility really is. Knowing where you're at right now in life is where you should be, and that's the best it can be at that moment. If you can accept that, you can excel from that. But bitch moaning and complaining about stuff, because I always, we're gonna get down to it because it's in here. About no matter where you go, there you are, which is another law that we're gonna get to, which is the next law. So yeah, the law of humility. You have to accept where you're at. And then once you accept it, if you want something more, you have to take the action steps to get out of there. If you want the fancy pants and the lollipops, figure out how to get there. It's not going to just drop in your lap because you want it. The people who have gotten that did what they needed to do to get it. And if that's important to you, you'll do whatever it takes. If it's not, it's just bitch moaning and complaining. And then you stay in this state of mental psychosis that your mind is so fucked that you can't even see around you, that your world is actually, you have everything you've ever wanted at one point. So, excuse me. So, the next law is the law of growth. Wherever you go, there you are. I've always loved that. For us to grow in spirit, it is we who must change and not the people, places, or things around us. The only given we have in our lives is ourselves. And that is the only factor we have control over. When we change who and what we are within our heart, our life changes too. there's no more truth to life than that, okay? You can have all the houses, the cars, the toys, the best relationships, the hottest person, uh, all the gizmos, gadgets, all the likes on Facebook, and if your fucking mind sucks, none of it matters. You won't even be able to appreciate it. Because it's not external things that are the problem. You are. This is the problem. How you view your perception of life is skewed, and it's okay. My perception on life for a lot of years was very fucked up, and it took me a lot of time to readjust my behaviors and my patterns of thinking. Okay. So, because it's all on me. It's all on me. So the law of growth, okay? Wherever you go, there you are. Because whether you're living in a mansion or you're in a fucking tent in the woods, if your mind sucks, none of it matters. And you may think that that mansion is the key to it, but no, it's not. You just think it is. And the only factor we have control over is ourselves. When we change who and what we are within our life changes, it's all an inside job, guys. All the answers to everything are inside, I believe, each and in every individual on this earth. It's just been skewed by bullshit and fucking impulsive pleasures and sex and drugs and gimme stuff and knickknacks and things to keep you distracted from the reality, which is inside the connection we have, And excuse me. Let's see, what's this for me? So, all right, moving on. I love that one though. The law of responsibility. That thing we all dodge, myself included. Who doesn't love responsibility? Whenever there is something wrong, there is something wrong in me. We mirror what surrounds us, and what surrounds us mirrors us. We must take responsibility for what is in our life. A lot of times in my life, the energy and things that I was based around, I just absorbed it and then spat it back out. But the inside of me would tell me different. Like I wasn't listening to that instinct that tells me this just wasn't good. Today I do, and it guides me really well because I've taken responsibility for my actions, my behaviors, what I say, what I do. And what I speak is just honest and truth, That's it. And when you do that from your own perspective, if I get mad, if I'm irritated, pissed off, it usually comes from a selfish, self-centered desire of my own being, okay? And it's because I'm not getting something I want. So again, it's something selfish that in my mind, that's how it should go. And I get irritated, frustrated, mad, disappointed or whatever. And that's my problem, And I've talked about this in other videos too, from my deer and headlights video to the deer thing about people being offended by the word deer. Women, I shouldn't say people, women are offended by that. And these women have to look deep inside themselves and ask them what fucking torment are they going through that is causing them such pain that's an issue. You have to look inside yourselves, folks. This is it. It's there. It's something going on you that you haven't dealt with. It usually comes from some bullshit, weird control thing. But if you can let go of this stuff, you can be calm, peaceful, and really navigate the world great. I fucking do, and nobody else can tell me different. So this is great. God, excuse me. Moving on. So, responsibility. We mirror what surrounds us. Meaning, if you surround yourself with a circle of fucking sick people, you're going to be sick too. If you surround yourself with a circle of uplifting, honest, positive, happy for you kind of people, you're probably going to start behaving in that way. And if you get mad at those people because they're speaking truth and honesty, it's because you have those own demons inside you that are like, oh, we don't like this. This isn't what we want. It's not what I want. This is different. This is, oh, no. It's a safety thing. It's an ego trip. It's all kinds of stuff, man. And everybody on this earth has their own journey and battle to find. But I tell you, when you take the time to find it, it's fucking awesome. The law of connection, law 6. Even if something we do seems inconsequential, it is very important that it gets done, as everything in the universe is connected. Each step leads to the next step, and so forth and so on. Someone must do the initial work to get a job done. Excuse me. So I'm being really enlightening right now. Neither the first step nor the last are of greater significance. They were both needed to accomplish the task. Past, present, future. They're all connected. You know, karma sometimes teaches you lessons until you learn, right? Or hell, if you're a religious person, apply the Bible. You know, apparently God keeps throwing shit in your way until you learn the fucking lesson. And he'll keep throwing it your way until you learn the lesson if you want to do God. But karma, on the other hand, think about just anything in life. Take out religion, God, all this stuff, and just look at something that, you know, has happened in your life. Like, for example, I always talk about relationships because they are easy to dissect and discuss because we all have relationships with humans, right? Whether it's romantic, interdependent, whatever. You know, I learned a long time ago that being cheated on sucks because what does that affect? It affects your pride. It affects your sex relations. It affects you get hurt by that because your trust is gone. You trust a person, you respect that intimacy is there. And when somebody breaks that trust and intimacy, it hurts. So again, I've been guilty of it. I've had it done to me, but for a long time now, I value that. So I don't do it anymore because I've learned my lesson and my pain, and I suffered enough from those mistakes in my past that I don't do that today. So again, the past is valuable to you. All your mistakes are lessons. Every failure, every success, it's all lessons. It's not just the successes, okay? Every fuck up, everything you ever did, every relationship, it all means something to help you today so that today you can make a choice for a better future. It's all connected. That's beautiful shit, man. I love it. Fucking love it. Past, it's all connected. And then what you do today is going to shape your future, you know? Duh. See, this shit all makes sense to me now. But if you would have given me this stuff and told me to read the 12 laws of karma 5 years ago, I would have been like, that's fucking stupid. Whatever. It would have made sense, but it also would have just been like, I'm not going to apply any of this stuff to my life. But see, the reason this stuff is stupid to people is because they just don't fucking do it. They just keep dodging around, keep thinking they can intellectually get through everything, and then they get fucked. They're life's in the shitter, everything's going wrong, and they're like, I can't figure out why. I'm like, well, here's something that's been out and laid out for centuries to kind of help guide people from these minefields, and yet dumb motherfuckers, especially in the Western world, America, are like, I don't need that dumb shit because your fucking ego is bigger than the moon. It's a shout out to the Bears. So let's move on. The law of focus. Law 7. You can't think of two things at the same time. Right? Yeah. Well, yeah, you can't think of two things at the same time. You should climb up a ladder on step at a time. Climb up a ladder on step at a time. I think they missed a word. When you lose your focus, you let in insecurities and anger. That's very true. You have to. People are like, oh, I'm a multitasker. I'm like, da, 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 da. I'm like, no, you're not. You're just distracted by shit before actually dealing with this internal thing. And since you're busy in life, you're just distracted from all the internal struggles that you have. Once you have nothing to do, that's why you hear when people retire and they fucking either kill themselves or they go become alcoholics or drug addicts, or because they have no idea what to do because now they're not distracted. Now they're just sitting with themselves. So the law of focus, you have to take everything one day at a time, a step at a time. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have to. You don't listen to me. Do your own fucking research. I'm trying to break this down for people to be like, because I sit back and I go, figure it out for yourself, which you can, but I'm trying to give you just some shit that's been laid out forever that's right there and it's obvious. And you just have to open up your fucking eyes and mind and let it in. Do it. And then shit happens. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Because when you lose focus, the insecurities and anger come. And think about this, all right? When you decide like I'm gonna tackle my debt, right? You're like, how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna get a job. Like you gotta take it a step at a time. So what can you do first? All right, well, I can budget. Okay, we budgeted. Now what? Now I have to call the lawyer. Now I have to call the lawyer or a debt consolidator or something. You have to take these steps step at a time. You don't take fucking, giant leaps at a time and leap over all the steps. You take steps. This is all, it's laid out pretty well throughout humanity. And hold on, please. So where was I? The law of focus. One step at a time, man. Because if you start to think about multiple things at once that need to get done, you start to get really anxious, insecurity. People develop, that's why drugs and opioids are probably through the fucking roof. There's just too much going on. It's so good that we have too much that it's just going on like crazy. Excuse me. So try to focus. And I'm guilty of this, man. I know my potential. I can do a million things in one day and have my schedule filled with so much shit and then do that for a while. But eventually I get burnt out and I gotta recharge. Be like, oh, that's what vacation's for. I'm like, no, that's not it, man. Daily. It's not you don't schedule a block here, this and that. It's a daily reprieve. Moving on, Law 8, the law of giving and hospitality. If you believe something to be true, then sometime in your life you will be called upon to demonstrate that truth. Here is where we put what we say that we have learned into practice. Here's this video. I've been working on this kind of stuff for the last 4.5 years of my life, okay? I've devoted a lot of time to this. My own research, my own inner discoveries, my own truths, my own honesty, my own self-reflection, and it's got me to this point. And this is why I do these streams, because I share this shit, and truth has to be told. And if you know truth and you don't speak it, you're a coward and you're weak. And there's too many people that want to, they're just scared. And you can't live in fear. And all this stuff is just, it's so simple, but yet this fucking thing in between our ears likes to complicate it. Humans, man, we can be so simple, but yet we complicate the living shit because it's blinded by lollipops and fancy pants, stuff, things, material objects, wealth, power, prestige. It's very enticing. Don't get me wrong. I've tasted power. I've tasted prestige, wealth, sexual pleasure. I've done it all. I have. And I find now that it's the impulses don't last forever. It hollows you out the more and more you indulge in it. But luckily, I was able to bounce back from that. Anybody can, whether you have problems with things or not. This shit it's just here. So this is what I'm doing. This is me. I don't just say things. I practice these laws daily. I was in a situation yesterday, a family argument, not my family, that I just walked right into, and I was able to sit there and absorb everybody's things, talk to one person individually, hear from the other side, just listen. All I did was listen. And barely say anything in return because I didn't know. I just knew and responded exactly how I should have then. And the situation calmed down. Everything was fine. The parties at hand are still going insane in their heads, but me, that's it. Be a voice of reason, be a voice of truth. That's always been something I've been good at, is listening. Like, honestly, when I listen and I hear things, and it's so obvious when people talk. And I'm not here gloating about fucking shit that I do, because I don't do, everybody can always be doing more, myself included. So I'm nothing fucking special, that's for sure. But I just know, if you apply this stuff and truly practice it in your life, not just read it and spout it out and go fucking throw quotes on the internet like everybody does and go, you see this nice quote? You're not living it. You wish you could live it. And the problem that most people have is, it sounds beautiful. They just don't apply it. They don't incorporate it into their life. If you truly believe the dumb fucking quotes that people post online and all the inspirational dumb shit, women, because it's women mostly, men, we just live, okay? We don't, okay, women, live it. Just live it, ladies. Stop posting the inspirational shit. Stop being sick with each other and live this shit. This is help. Listen. People don't listen. They still think they got everything figured out. I'm here to tell you, you ain't got shit figured out, folks, because I don't. Neither do you. Nobody does. Maybe Tesla. He has some shit figured out. Tesla was awesome. Tesla's the reason you have everything you have in your life, and you don't care. You ungrateful sacks of shit in this world. Your internet, your fucking little app phone thing, that's all attributed to one man. Without him, you had nothing. You wouldn't even have electricity. But you don't know that. You don't, because it's not taught to you. You don't want to learn it either. You just woke up and you're like, there's Instagram and I'm on Facebook. So it's time to relearn some history and move forward in life. You fucks. I'm not mad. I say harsh truths. I'm not going to be nice. Fucking Christ. Oh, God. Where was I? So the law of giving and hospitality. I believe this to be true. This is why I'm telling you folks. It's bullshit. I'm like, okay, good luck with your misery. So the law of here and now, which is, again, another one of my favorites. Law number 9 here. Looking back to examine what prevents us from being totally in the here and now. Old thoughts, old patterns of behavior, old dreams prevent us from having new ones. I talk about this, about being in the now. It's one of the greatest tools and practices that I ever incorporated in my life. How do you do it? Be wherever you're at. If you're at work, be at work. If you're at the cashier line at the grocery store, be in that moment. Be in the moment with your significant other when you're making love. Be in the now. Don't let your mind astray. And when you find your mind becoming astray, pull it back. Be like, oh, catch it and bring it back to wherever you're at. That's how being in the now works. When you sit here and think about all your fuck ups from the past, like, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that, fuck. You're missing the opportunity that's right here, right now in front of you. This law is great. This is something human beings discovered a long fucking time ago, and it's just been diluted and thrown under the rug as bullshit, nonsense. No, this is real. This is the truth. This is reality. You can sit there and pretend it isn't, but this is it, folks. Stay sick or die. That's your two choices other than try to do something different. So this teaches you, it keeps you from having new ideas. And this was my problem for a lot of years when I was just drowning myself in fucking alcohol, which was I couldn't see any of this stuff until I stopped drinking and took a lot of time to look inside and go outward, not outside in. I tried all that. I tried the sex, I tried the relationships, I tried the money, I tried the gizmos, the gadgets, the attention from YouTube. I tried all that shit, and it did not make me feel any better because this sucked. I needed to go in here. And one of the biggest practices that helped my life was the here and now, guys. And that's so true. How do you do it? What I just said, practice being in the moment right there. How else can you be in the now? Take a deep breath when your mind is going racing, when the anxiety kicks in. Just a couple deep breaths, man. You'll be all right. You want to read about this stuff? There's a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's good. Contemporary language that will help ease your way into maybe understand this shit more if I'm not explaining it enough to you. Find out for yourself. Go, try, practice. You have to continuously practice. Nobody gets this shit right away. It took me years to become good at it because I continued and I wanted this. I wanted to be calm, serene, and honest in life. And this helped me get there. Okay. This is me from that other law, the law of giving hospitality. This is a result. This is what I do now. This is me saying what I say, doing what I do, and giving back. This is what I'm going to do. But it's up to you to take this information. It's out there. This isn't new. I'm just telling you how I interpret it. If it helps you understand it better, then by all means, thank fucking God. It's to help your life because the only person responsible for you is you. It's you versus you every day up in this fucking head. Who's winning? That intellectual mind that says this is all dumb shit, or the mind that says this all makes sense? It's up to you. Again, it's a day-to-day battle, folks. The here and the now. So you can read, I read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's a great book. It's not too complicated or hard to follow. And if you want to read another book that's really about being in the now, The Wisdom of Insecurity by Alan Watts. Both great reads, not super hard, ease your way into this shit if you want to know more and help better understand you. The now, man, that's all you got. Because the now is all you have. Right now is it. You don't have yesterday. Tomorrow may never come. All that shit. Now. Like you could be, you can want, a better, say your relationship sucks and you want a better person, or your job sucks, or you want this and da. If you step back and just go, right now, this is life. Accept it, and you'll be all right. And it'll calm this fucking thing down. Just like my mind. I want you to call me. All right. Law 10. The law of change. Ooh. History repeats itself until we learn the lessons that we need to change our path. So this is all connected. These laws all kind of flow together, right? So far, you with me on any of this? I talked about earlier about how, when I was younger, I cheated on girls. They cheated on me. Vicious circle. I felt the pain. So I learned from that and I go, if I'm in a relationship, I'm faithful. I'm in that relationship. Even if I'm unhappy, I will not break that faithfulness because I don't like the pain that it causes others. I don't like the pain that it caused me. And I'm not going to do that to other people anymore. Right? So that was the change that I've done in my life. And I did that, fucking years ago, but it goes back to my core values. It's just a value I have. I will be with you till we're not. After that, anything goes. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, it's just, it's such a mind fuck and mental anguish because trust is something with people that, especially in today's world where it's just like, it's hard to trust anybody with all the fucking dirty laundry on the internet and stuff. So history repeats itself until we learn the lessons that we need to change our path. Meaning the lessons, again, from earlier, these lessons are going to keep coming up over and over and over again. How you react to things, this and that, what's been bothering you, what you hate, what you don't like about people. They're all going to keep coming up until you do something different. You need to do something different. Not the person, not the place, not the thing, the world. You need to do something different. How, right? How do I do something different? I'm like, just breathe sometimes. Start there. When somebody's starting to piss you off, instead of your first initial reaction is to engage, don't disengage. Don't give your energy into that sickness, especially when you know you don't want to, because it eats away at you. It does, men and women alike. And the same shit in your life will continue to happen. The same problems will keep coming up. The same shitty things you ever had in work or relationships will keep coming up if you don't change you. You have to learn these lessons. You're going to learn. And if you never learn, then you will be in a constant fucking merry-go-round of chaos, and you'll go insane and you will die, and not a good death. And that's the reality, folks. That's the age we live in. But it's not all doom and gloom either. This is an opportunity. We have so much information at our feet. So many things have been laid out over the years that have been silenced by the powers that be. But now you have an opportunity. Now they're here. Now you as an individual have the power to do it. You just need to take hold of that shit. Fuck what other people think. Fuck what other people say. It's your life. You wake up in this. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what people think about me. Stop caring. Get this right. So learn. If you fucked up in your past and it was a hard fucking fuck up, don't fucking do it. Just like I learned, don't cheat. It's not fun. You're going to get caught. And even if you don't get caught, you're robbing people of a lot of things that are more valuable than the relationship. You're robbing them of trust, which then causes them to maybe not trust a new relationship. You're robbing them of time. You're robbing them of something that may actually bring them certain joy in their life that they need, that you stole because of your own selfish desires. That's some shit. Think about that. I have thought about it a lot, and I look back on my past, and I was just me, and women were attracted to that. They loved it. It was great. I always hated the guys that would fucking, what I'm talking about. The guys that come in there, fucking try to take advantage of some fucking woman. I hated them. I still do, because they're pieces of shit. The fucking worms. But I was just me, and women were attracted and they wanted to sleep with me. And I like sleeping with multiple women because, I was a guy, and it was great. And I was young and didn't know any better. I had to learn. The older I get, the more I value long-term relationships, marriage, family. It's all been skewed by impulsive pleasure, but I had to change. I did, not the world. It wasn't the woman that I dated that needed to be fucking perfect and do everything I thought was what I wanted in order for me to be happy and content. No. I have to behave that way. I have to put out that energy. If I do, it will come back to me. And that's it. So learn from your mistakes or not. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you have no right to get on the internet and bitch and complain. You don't. Because you don't do anything about it. And this is fucking true. This is why there's so much bullshit that I see people bickering about on the internet, and they're just missing the point. They're missing the whole truth. They're not looking at everything as a whole. They're looking at Life through the little tiny hole. Oh, this is their world. Sad. If you don't want to be that way, fix your shit. Fix your shit. And if you're not going to fix your shit, shut the fuck up about it. We're tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing about people like, oh, my life sucks. I'm like, well, fucking do something about it. I don't know. The shit's all right here. And if you don't, like, and it's not even just the 12 laws of karma. There's so much other shit about just taking personal responsibility for what you say and do. It's like, it's been there for, I don't know, since the inception of life. Don't let the Instagrams and the all this shit get in the way of your feeling on the inside, your fucking soul, man, your core. Gotta gets fired up when I'm looking. Fuck. Where the fuck was I? Law 11. We're gonna wrap this up. The law of patience and reward. All rewards require initial toil. Rewards of lasting value require patient and persistent toil. True joy follows doing what we're supposed to be doing and waiting for the reward to come in its own time. Yeah, I had to learn patience in my life, man. I used to be the most impatient motherfucker. I just wanted everything right then and there. Like even when I first started YouTube, when I first started YouTube, I post a new video and be like watching it, like, okay, how many likes does it have? Anybody comment? I did that fucking dumb shit. I did. Now, I just post shit because it's still what I want to do. I said this initially. I always did YouTube and the videos I wanted because I wanted to do it. It's something I needed to do, and I did it for me first, right? And then if other people like it or think it's cool, great. And I do this stuff for me as well. But this is good information that I've discovered, and it works if you just apply it to yourself, man. Excuse me. This shit's been here again forever, but we just don't listen. Something, and it's hard because, man, we have this capability of seeing through bullshit, but I don't know where I'm going with this right now. Men aren't easily swayed. Women in the Western world are so fucked right now. And I feel so bad for women because they're just pumped with so much shit that if they're aware of it, they can do something. But I think a lot of them are so far gone that I don't know if there's any redemption. I like to think so, but I don't know. Patience, man. And this is a great law and concept because you can't just do something and be like, I've been doing, and I've done this. Like, I've been doing all the things I thought I was supposed to do. How come nothing's happening? It's like, well, it doesn't exactly work that way. It's like, some of my old videos on YouTube now are getting traction after being up for years. And I just forgot about them. But like, it's the same videos now, like in my constant analytics thing that I check that are, just getting random views. Not a lot, just a few views here and there. But it's, I did them 3 years ago, 4 years ago or whatever. And then now they're just starting to get traction. It's not about the work you do and then expect it that day. Sometimes it's the work you do and it could take forever to reap the reward of that. This shit might sit on the internet for years. Maybe nobody watches this video. Maybe I've got 10 people who watch this video and doesn't do it. But maybe a year or two now, people just randomly discover it. And then they're like, oh, it's a good video. I don't know. Maybe. But who cares? It's like, when you speak honesty and truth, it comes out and it cuts through all the bullshit. And patience and reward. You have to do shit to be rewarded. You can't, for a long time, I just sat back. I was out of work for like almost 2 years, and I just sat back drinking and doing nothing to really get myself out of that situation. I kind of, I applied for jobs, but I could have been doing more, and I just, didn't care. And then eventually, I work now and everything. I have been gainfully employed for over 6 years, but there was a period of time I just fell into that slump of just, nope, I'm not putting in any work. Fuck that. It's easier to sit here in my shit than it is to clean myself up. So true joy follows doing what we are supposed to be doing and waiting for the reward. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Every time I think I'm supposed to be doing something else lately, never, no. I'm exactly where I need to be when I need to be, and I fucking love it. And I'm aware of that today, and I just let it come as it comes, you know? That's it. Life is a dream. We live it for fun. No apologies to anyone. Pippi Longstocking for you 80s fucking nerds. All right. So you have to learn patience. And it's a virtue that I did not have forever. My patience virtue was non-existent because, and to no one's fault, it's my fault, but yet we grow up in this fast-paced world where it's like, all right, if you're not on board, you're left behind in the dust. So get on board. You're like, okay, before I even realize what's going on, and then I'm the one who fell into a whirlwind of misery. Not anymore. Not anymore, folks. All right. So be patient. Just be patient, man. This shit comes. You just have to do it daily and practice, practice, practice. Be patient. Question your motives. What are your motives? Are they selfish, self-seeking motives? Are they like motives for true? Like I don't have a selfish, self-seeking motive when I do these types of videos. I like talking about this stuff. It energizes me. It makes me feel wonderful. And I like to do things that make me feel wonderful. And I'm going to do more of them. And people are like, what did you want? And you think about, people get that confused with your impulsive pleasures like sex and all that dumb shit. I go, that's wonderful too in its own right, but it's not sustainable, It's not, but this, I love this. This is great. It's fucking awesome to share this stuff. Tesla was awesome. Look up Tesla if you want to know how awesome your life is, you ungrateful fucks. I don't know, just fucking with you. No, I'm not. All right, the last law, the law of significance and inspiration. You get back from something whatever you put into it. It goes back to the first law, okay? The value of something is as a direct result of the energy and the intent that is put into it. Every personal contribution is also a contribution to the whole. Lackluster contributions have no impact on the whole or work to diminish it. That's why I feel like there's so much bullshit nonsense on the internet and books. There's all these women books, just dumb shit, just fluffy nonsense. Like, you're a badass and girl, wash your hair or face or some dumb shit. And I'm calling out certain people. That's just so fluffy, so much poison. Don't give in to the poison, ladies. And there's poison for men too. Hey man, you don't need a fucking good woman and a wife. Why would you want that when you can go fuck all these other bitches? Yeah, see, there's poison for both people, men and women. So you get back from something, whatever you put into it. Think about relationships, man. You want the perfect relationship. You want the perfect marriage. What the fuck are you doing in it, If it's one-sided, eventually it's just going to crash and burn. It can't be all give and no, and it can't be all take and no give. You gotta, and then you have to ask yourself, you're probably not getting out of a relationship what you want, because what are you always have to go back to you. What are you putting into that relationship, right? Relationship is such an obvious one. Or even work. Think of a job. I deserve a 6-figure job. Do you? Are you willing to put in the time and hours that are there? Or you just want it because you want to have that money to say you do that? Yeah, fuck. And that's the truth. And don't get me wrong. I wanted to have a prestigious job myself, about, to look fancy. And but then I realized all that shit is just social nonsense bullshit. It really doesn't fucking matter, because it all depends on your character and how you treat others. And my character is pretty good. So, yeah, fuck it. you get back something. You have to contribute to something as a whole. If you just think the world revolves around you, good luck. It don't. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, 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 sir. No, sir, it does not. And the books like those dumb fucking fluffy ass whatever's that Target shit that is just poison for the minds of women and men alike. It's just poison. More poison that they're taking to just keep you from the truth. This stuff is true. You may think it's complete bullshit. You may think it's utter nonsense. You may even choose to not listen to any of this. But you got to ask yourself an honest question. Read through all these laws again and then apply it to your own life. Review that shit. Then tell me how you're doing. And if you can't accept reality, then I don't know what to tell you, folks. But this stuff right here is a nice guide to improving your way of life, to improving your life. Listen, try it. Or not. Don't fucking listen to me. If you don't believe me, go look this shit up on your own. Do your own fucking research. Get your own books. But it's not in the lollipops and fancy pants. It's not in the prestigious jobs. It's not in the titles. It's not in the car you drive. It's not in the house you live. What do you put into the world? What do you give to the world? What is your contribution to the whole? Are you a poison? Or are you an antidote? And these are just realities, man. This isn't just a guy spouting off shit. This is real life. So are you a contributor to the poison and the fluff and all the stupid Instagrams and Facebook fucking quotes and dumb shit? Or are you a person that's walking it and contributing to society and living that and being an example for others? Ask yourself that. Are you? You might think you are. But again, if you think this is all nonsense, hey, whatever. You can think anything you want. Believe whatever you want. I do. But if you truly can look inside yourself, man, you'll know and you'll figure out that this all makes sense. All these laws of karma. Or if you don't believe in karma, God. If you don't believe in God, just look at your own fucking life and behaviors and see what happens when you act like an asshole. Whatever language, theology, concept, philosophy, idea you need to make sense to you, use it and then build off of there and keep looking at yourself. That is the best suggestion I can give to anybody who's struggling in life and goes, my life sucks. What are you doing about it? Anything? Or do you just want your life to be good? It's the real truths, man. Go back to the great law number 1. As you sow, so shall you reap. So I don't know. For me, I just keep doing what I'm doing, and I know I'm on the right path for myself. And if I get selfish in life, then I know that it's just me. And then I got to keep working on it. It's a daily thing. I really do hope everybody achieves their hopes, dreams, and goals in life. I honestly do. Because, mine are different than yours. And we all have certain things that we strive for. Just remember, try applying this stuff, and the best way to do that, best suggestion that I found for myself, is just be in the now, man. Just be wherever you're at. Don't let the anxiety and fear that's only manifested here in your mind, because it isn't happening. Reality, look around. It's a beautiful world, man. It is a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Ah, leave me some comments. What are your thoughts? You know, it's been a fun stream. Give me some ideas, other things you'd like me to research or talk about, and I will give you an honest take on them. That's it. So, thank you all. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next week. Don't take yourself too seriously.